Can Claude Code build a fully voice-powered AI personal assistant? I've got Claude Code set up in VS Code with full access to my NA10 instance. It knows every node, every function, and it has everything it needs to build this. So let's see how well it does. So I came up with this system prompt in Claude Code before I started recording. It's just going to tell it the flow of the agent, the nodes required, the credentials needed, and a basic system prompt. So I'm just going to copy this, paste it straight in, put it in plan mode, and get started. So it's just started off by doing loads of searching through the resources we've given it. Alright, it says it's got all the information needed and it's going to write the implementation plan. Alright, so it's just asked us which OpenAI model should the AI agent use, and I'm just going to tell it to use OpenRouter and see if it can do that. And which text-to-speech voice should be used for the voice replies? I don't think this matters, let's just go with Nova. Do you have all the required API credentials ready to configure? I think I've got most of them ready. Yep, so it said OpenRouter will be used for the AI agent's language model. It's really cool because you can see the different thinking and note-taking it's making as it's doing it. Right, so it's come up with a plan. Let's just have a quick look at it. Telegram Personal Assistant Agent Implementation Plan. So it receives text or voice messages via Telegram, transcribes voice messages using OpenAI Whisper, processes messages through an AI agent with 6 tools plus memory, converts responses to speech using OpenAI text-to-speech, sends voice message replies via Telegram. We've got a Telegram trigger, if node, if it's voice or text. Yep, AI agent, OpenRouter, simple memory. It's got all these tools. Yeah, it looks good. OpenAI generate audio, send text. Yeah, it looks all good. So let's just say yes and auto accept. And I'm just going to put it in bypass permissions, so we're basically just giving it full reign to complete this work by itself. So there it goes, it's giving itself a to-do list there. So it's nearly finished, it's completed most of the to-do list, it's just got to connect all the nodes and validate the workflow and then deploy it into our N8N. Right, it's completed, it's given us the status of it over here. It currently says inactive awaiting credentials, and it's given us the architecture it's used, similar to before, all the nodes, the credential type, and the notes. Next steps, and it even given us some basic testing to do on it. So there it is at the top, Telegram Personal Assistant Agent. Let's have a look. Here it is. Right, I just tidied it up a little bit so it's a bit easier to look at, but I'll go ahead and connect all my credentials to it and then we'll give it a test, see how well it does, but it looks good from what I can see so far. So I've just connected my Telegram credentials and sent a message through, and I've run into the first error, which is it's put this as an object, so it's failed. So I think this just needs to come over to string and then exists. And if we test that, okay, now it works. All right, now I'm going to send a voice message through, see if it goes down this branch and see if it successfully transcribes it. Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. All right. Object is an object, but was expecting a string. That's interesting. So it's actually changed. So I've just dragged it back in and it's changed to an object. It is not empty. So if we execute this, testing, send that through. Okay, now it works. And now if we send a normal message in, okay, and it works. So you just needed to get rid of that, drag it in, and it just updated it automatically. And you just want still an object, but instead of exists, is not empty. And now I've just sent another voice note through and it's trying to transcribe it, but it doesn't have the binary, so it needs another step before this to download the file, which is a Telegram node. And we're going to want get a file. So I'll go in here and the file ID is down there. If we run that now, we've got the binary which we need for the next step. So if we run this now with the new voice note, testing, testing, go down there, get transcribed. Let's see if it worked. There we go, testing, testing. So it's all working. Well, to be honest, for something like this, I don't even think we need this merge tool here. I can just drag them straight into the agent. So let's try it again now. Hello. There we go. We've got our reply.
Hello, how can I help you today?
So that works. So I don't think there's much point in testing this further. I'm pretty sure most people have seen an AI personal assistant workflow in N8N before. So the main purpose of this video was just to see how well Claude Code could do just given full reign to create something like this by itself. And it did decently. It created a good structure to work off. It did need some editing, but this is a very basic workflow and it still wasn't perfect. So it's great to get ideas from and go back and forth with, but I wouldn't let it just create the final product without any editing. If you want the full setup video of how I set up Claude Code in VS Code to have full access to my N8N, I'm happy to make that. Just leave a comment if you want to see that. But other than that, I really appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.